Hello. Am I a bit wobbly? Hello, beautiful you, and welcome. Oh my God, am I recording? I'm just not sure. I am recording. Okay, jolly good. Oh, it's best to check, even if it seems like a bit of a fluffy beginning. Welcome to the Create a Life You Adore podcast. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you. So today, I just I really had to cover this topic because it wouldn't go away, and it's something that has actually come up quite a lot in sessions with my clients in the last few weeks, and it's something that once addressed, once we're conscious of this thing, like Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life and you'll call it fate. And I've been allowing clients to see this thing in their own lives. And some people are maybe in denial at first, or they question me, and then many others are like instantly, oh my God, yeah. And the topic, as one of my mentors calls it, the resist dance. The resist dance. Are you doing the resist dance? What does it look like? It looks like my clients, I don't want to put the onus on them. It shows up in my life massively as well. They want to cancel a call, they want to cancel a session, or even buyer's remorse, or maybe not even wanting to do the program. And I welcome all of this, and I'll tell you why. Because when this comes up, okay, I know, especially if a client wants to cancel a session and then they manage to push through that and still turn up, like, oh my God, Jerry, I really didn't want to be here today. 10 out of 10 times, 100% of the time, they have the most incredible breakthroughs. Why? So what I say to them is embrace that resistance, do the resistance, and then go, oh, okay. But what would I love? You see, our juicy little ego, tickle it under the chin, scratch it behind the ear. Like, it's so powerful to realize, to learn, to know about the ego. Because then we can stop letting it run, rule, and potentially ruin our life. The ego, its job is our safety, okay, our survival. So even if we've done, and this just blows my mind, even if we've done something non-stop for years, okay, and it hasn't killed us, the ego will want you to continue, even if that thing really is harming us, like smoking or a toxic relationship, okay? And I don't want to go too deep into it here, but very often these things will have their roots in our childhood. One of my mentors has this great example of, if you're a child, you go down to breakfast every morning, and every morning you get hit on the head with a rubber hammer. Okay? Every morning. And then you go and stay at a friend's house, and you come down to breakfast, and they don't get hit over the head with a rubber hammer. your level of consciousness, your unconscious will think, oh my God, like that's super odd. This is life. This is what I'm used to. And it will seek out what you've been used to. Okay. So unfortunately, this is very often even very damaging things like toxic relationships, or maybe, have you worked on yourself and you've done all you can but you still have a money problem? Ooh, I think the thing is collapsing a bit. And you have to ask yourself, what were you taught about money when you were growing up? Sorry, I'm gonna have to stop for a moment here. Like, this is resistance, isn't it? Okay. What were you taught? What did you notice? What was normal around the energy of money when you were growing up? So you're going to continually create that. Okay. So you might want to just look at what's an inverted commas problem in your life at the moment, and then think back, what was I taught between the ages of 0 and 7, when things become concretized and solidified in our consciousness? What did I think? What did I believe was normal? Okay, because you will recreate that. And I have some incredible meditations in my programs where you learn how to teach your consciousness, no, I want something different. Okay, that's why the very first stage, whether you're coming to me to create a life you adore, or whether you're coming to me for the first stage of optimizing your sleep, the very first step, and this is part of my revolutionary MM method, a magical mind method, you're teaching your mind to focus on what you do want. That's the first step. Like, what would I love? What do I want to create? How will it be when I have incredible sleep? Okay, what will my health be like? What will my energy levels, what will my morning be like? What will the nighttime be like? Sleeping right through, awakening, excited for the day, and living my purpose. What would you love? That's the very first step in the MM method. Now, run away from any teacher. I both hate and love the word guru. Guru, guru. Run away from anyone who says you must get rid of the ego. No, no. Tickle it under the chin. Recognize it, realize when it's playing out. But we need our ego for orientation, okay? Our ego comes in between the ages of 4 and 7 years old, when we realize that we're separate from our parents or our caregivers. And we need our ego for orientation in the world, okay? So we need it. However, I've got to know its little tricks. I've got an incredible quotation that I want to read out for you here. Where is it? It's down here. Oh, is it not? Oh, there we go. This is a quotation by Rajneesh, otherwise known as Osho. So this is related to me saying that we need our ego for orientation. And he sums this up very well. Happiness is threatening, and misery is safe. Safer for the ego. Ego can exist only in misery and through misery. Ego is an island surrounded by hell. Happiness is threatening to the ego. to the very existence of the ego. Happiness rises like a sun, and the ego disappears, evaporates like dewdrop on the grass leaf. So if you're a client and you haven't cancelled any sessions, well done, or especially if you've wanted to and you didn't cancel, because you know you'll have had a huge breakthrough. And I love that, because I love working with people that push on through. You know, for me, that's the level of mastery that I love working at, because of the tricky ways of the ego. You know, you've risen above that. You've noticed it. Oh, okay. And you've risen above it. It's such an awareness, such a high level of consciousness. You know, we need our ego for orientation, to know that we're separate from the world. So, and you know, Einstein, because we've got the mind, the ego, which can also be very fear-based. But then we've got the heart. You know, what would you love? And Einstein says something beautiful about the heart, which is the intuition. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We've created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. So Stephen Pressfield talks a lot about resistance. You know, have you ever noticed before you start something new, or before you want to create something incredible, maybe even going on an incredible holiday or going traveling, going backpacking, resistance will come up, because it's new and it's potentially challenging. So part of you will stop you from making that happen. You know, and this can come up in a variety of ways. I haven't got the money, or you know, one of my family has got ill, or because Stephen Pressfield talks about it in relation to getting your heart's work out into the world. Stephen Pressfield says that resistance is the enemy of realizing our potential. It whispers limiting beliefs to make grand goals seem impossible. It drains our energy to take the first step. So I just want to ask you if this sounds familiar. Does it sound familiar? Another one of my mentors, William Whitecloud, calls resistance the inner trembling. And before any great metamorphosis, it pops its head. That feeling of uncertainty is your instinctual self protecting what it knows. Yet living the extraordinary life takes courage. So if you feel resistance, smile. Resistance is emerging. Resistance is arising. Smile. There must be something juicy on the horizon. But when it does emerge, know that it's good, because you've become aware of it. That's a high level of consciousness. And you're stepping forward, you're moving forward. And here's the juicy thing about creating the end results that we want, whether it's optimized sleep, more energy, awakening in the morning, excited about life, you know, a successful business, whatever it is. When we're following our heart, okay, and the heart is much more powerful than the mind. This has been proven by heart math. It's either 20 or 50,000 times more powerful. Its field of energy, of influence, is much bigger, much more powerful. But when you're following your heart, and part of when, you know, people come to work with me and they learn how to tap into their intuition, their inner wisdom, their inner healing, And this is the point I've been trying to get to, but I keep going off on explanations and tangents. It's when you're following the intuition that it only informs you on a need to know basis. And the ego hates this. It wants the whole path. It wants clarity. It wants it written in stone, okay? But you need to allow yourself to step into the unknown and just take one baby step at a time. And then life is so much more fun, so much more enjoyable. And with that, I'm going to take my next baby step and go out for coffee. It's usually the second part of my morning routine where I continue writing and I enjoy a juicy coffee. I've already been out. I had a chai earlier today, quite early. So I'm treating myself to another coffee because I had a little bit of resistance about putting this next podcast out, funny enough. No coincidence there that I wanted to talk about resistance. So I don't know why, because I've enjoyed chatting with you. It's been incredible, and I hope you've enjoyed it. So yes, I want you to do something. I want you to play with me. If this resonates, I invite you to apply for my deep sleep and a life you adore creation program. And you can go and visit this page. I'll put the link in the notes as well. souldiscoveryacademy.com/insomnia-problems-sleeping-let's-chat. I need to get a shorter link, don't I? But I'll put it in the show notes. Fill out the application form and we can explore whether it's true for us to work together. Imagine looking back at this moment as being the moment your life changed. The moment that you broke through fear, you stepped into faith and created a life, the life that you adore. So I'm going to leave you with this question. What would you love? What would you love to create? What do you love? That puts you on a high vibration, baby. All right, I love you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching if you're on YouTube. And see you next time. Aloha. Bye now.